Hey yogi friends, Kit Kat here from Perfectly Imperfect Yogis. Today we are going to make a few shapes or do a few asana through this mini flow that strengthen and tone the glutes, aka for yogi butt. Anyway, we often work on these really flat, smooth surfaces, but as we know, life isn't always these really smooth, flat surfaces. As we move through our day, we up and down over rocky bits, and we have to learn to navigate our way through that stuff. So when we say what happens on the mat directly translates into real life, sometimes we need to challenge ourselves outside of this space. So if you get the opportunity today and you find an uneven surface, like a grassy area, like a little bit of a slope, see if you can find your balance in some of those places as well, because whatever happens on the mat happens in or translates directly into our real life. So without further ado, let's get started. We are going to start in Utkatasana, or chair pose. So if you haven't warmed up, my recommendation would be to run around the block or you can do 5 sun salutations. So now that we've got those sun salutations done, let's come into Utkatasana. So you can either have your feet about hip width apart here, or if you want to work them closer together, that's completely up to you. But women's hips, we're a little bit wider in the hips, so don't feel compelled to squeeze the whole inside leg together. Work in the shape that's going to allow you to build some depth and find some length in the lower back. We're going to exhale the breath, sweep the hands down by the earth. Inhale, lift the hands to shoulder height. So we're staying in this squat position. So you can see that I can bend quite low here. I want to be able to see the toes beyond the knees. And then I'm going to draw the belly into the spine and try and flatten out the back. And we can repeat this process a couple of times. Bending into the knees, gaze down at the toes, check out the pedicure, and then flatten out the back by drawing the belly into the spine, and it's going to allow your hips to sink back a little bit lower. You want to find the balance between the heels and the toes. So the weight's back in the heels, but you're still pressing the toes into the earth. Drop the hips down a little lower, belly to spine, and then inhale all the way back to center. Now, you can do as many of those as you like. You are going to tire out the quads and really work into the back of the leg, into those glutes as well. So let's take another set, and we're just going to breathe. Inhale and exhale, nice and slow, rhythmically, connection to the breath so that you can stay there a little longer. Drop the hands down by the earth. Keep the hips low, reach the hands forward. Drop down into the hips. Feel that grounded connection of the earth. Belly to spine, lengthen through the back body. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sink it down a little lower. Inhale, belly to spine. Exhale, lower it down. 2 more breaths here, yogi friends. Inhale, belly to spine. Exhale down, check the pedicure. Last one. Inhale, all the way back up to standing. We're going to take a little bit of a lunge now. Inhale the right knee up to Ekapada Tadasana. So that's where the thigh is roughly parallel to the floor, the knees at 90 degrees. And we're going to take that foot back and come into high lunge shape. So you can leave your hands in prayer at the front, or you can bring them onto the waist. Draw the belly into the spine and lengthen through the back leg. So don't be afraid here if you kind of miss the mark getting to your high lunge. Don't be afraid to kind of wiggle the feet around and find that space. We want to feel a little bit of length through the back leg. I'm going to keep my hands in prayer, but hands on the hips is just going to enable you to find that squared off shape. So we want the hips parallel to the front of the mat, or in my case, the floorboards. I'm going to bring my hands back to prayer, and we're going to drop that knee down to the earth, lift back up to straight leg. Drop it down to the earth, and this time we're going to straighten both legs. Drop it down to the earth, straighten both legs. 2 to go, down to the earth, straighten both legs. I can really feel this in my left glute. Drop it down to the earth, straighten through that back leg. Maybe shuffle forward a little bit and return to Ekapada Tadasana. Drop it down here. Maybe give the feet a little bit of a wiggle with the butt. Take a breath, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale back to heart center, and as you do that, lift the other knee to Ekapada Tadasana. That thigh is parallel to the earth, the knee is at 90 degrees. We're going to sweep that back, coming into our high lunge. So trying to find that placement. It's not always easy. And don't be hard on yourself if you don't get it the first go. Just wiggle the feet around until you find that spot where you're going to be able to do the work. Bring the hands to the waist. Square off the hips, maybe drop a little lower into that front knee. Belly to spine. We want to feel opening through the front hip, through this left hip flexor, and we want to feel lengthening through the back body here in that lumbar spine. So I'm going to bring my hands back to prayer. We're going to do 5 drops. The first one, we're just going to return to our high lunge, and the next 3, we're going to straighten through the leg. So drop the knee down, straighten through that front leg. Drop the knee down, straighten through the front leg. One more, drop the knee down. And this last one, we are coming back to our high lunge shape. Drop it down, high lunge. Inhale back to Ekapada Tadasana. And feet together. Release the hands. Inhale up and over the head. Taking that lovely elongated breath. Exhale slowly and gently. Back to the heart center. As best you can, keep that breathing through the nose happening so that you are bringing all that beautiful fresh oxygen, all that lovely nitric oxide into the body. Our next exercise is a most fun one. This is where we're going to find our balance. We're going to move through Ekapada Tadasana again. So finding that grounded connection of the left leg down to the earth. Had to decide which was going to be my left then. We're going to lift the right knee into the chest. Now, I'm going to leave my hands at heart center. As you extend this leg back, we're coming into Warrior 3, and we're going to bend into that left supporting leg. Keep the heart and the heel at the same height. Keep bending into that supporting leg, belly to spine. Inhale and lift. We're going to do 4 more. Exhale, press back. Keep that exhale going. Bend all the way into that left leg, feeling it in the left glutes right now. Inhale, woo, wobble, 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 knee to chest, and that's okay. Exhale, press it back. Bending the left knee. Inhale, lift it up, Ekapada Tadasana. 2 to go. Exhale, pressing back. Going a little lower each time, reaching back with that back right heel. Inhale, Ekapada. Last one, feeling that burn as we move towards yogi butt in that left side glute. Inhale, all the way up to Ekapada. Drop that foot down. Release the hands. Inhale, up and over. Stretch high. Hands, palms press. Heart lifts, heels ground. Exhale, hands to heart center as we connect the right foot into the earth and lift the left into Ekapada Tadasana. And we repeat this on the other side. Find that grounded connection to the earth. If you're losing your balance, find one central point to focus on. Not too high in the sky, not too low at the ground, just at eye level. And once you've found that balance, start to kick back into your Warrior 3. Bend into that right supporting leg. Inhale, lift up. I've got a cut on my right toe that's still healing. And you forget how important the toes are in balancing. Exhale, back. Bend into that right supporting leg. Inhale all the way forward, yogi butt on the right. I think we're at 3 to go, yeah? Spilling a little bit of a sweat here. Heart, same height as the heel, so you're making like a capital T. Last 2. Burning into that right glute cheek right about now. Funk Soul Brothers, check it out now. Inhale, lift. Last 1, here we go. Press it all the way back. Bend, 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 bend. Inhale, lift. Yogi butt is real. Yogi butt, it burns. Release the hands down by the side. Inhale, arms up over the head. Heart lifts, hands, palms, press. Exhale, hands to heart center and all the way down by the sides. Let's give those glutes a little bit of a stretch. So we're going to come down and we're going to come into pigeon pose. So we're just going to slide our right foot forward, drop that right knee into the right hand and slide the leg back. So just a little bit of pigeon. We're going to stay upright right now. So just a little bit here. So remember, if pigeon is not a shape that you really feel comfortable in yet, you can swap this out for figure 4. So your front bent leg becomes the leg that travels over the top here, and then you can wrap the hands around the inside of the thigh. I like to press my elbow into that shin, into the thigh rather, inside of the thigh, and drop back. Then I can extend my top leg, and I'm pressing open the right knee with the right elbow and pulling back. I'm trying to lay the spine flat on the floor and draw the chin into the throat, drop the shoulders down. 2 more breaths if you're in pigeon. 1 more breath here in figure 4. Inhale and exhale, finding that deep surrender. Release the foot down if you're in figure 4. And if you are in figure 4, you can just swap this over to the other side. Hands reach around the inside of the right thigh this time. Bend that left elbow. Left elbow presses in to the right left side adductor, that inside of the thigh. So you're pushing that knee back. And we lift that leg if that feels good. Tuck the chin into the throat and pull that back. You can stay there, or if you are in pigeon, I'm going to sweep my right leg back this time and finding a little bit of relief into the glutes and into the piriformis. Feels quite nice. You can do a little bit of movement here. We're not coming down in our pigeon shape today. We're staying up high, just stretching in there. If you are in figure 4, come back to center. We'll just take a little Baddha Konasana. You can roll to seated. Come up and join me here. A little bit of butterfly movement as we are working on the inside. Well, we're stretching on the inside of the thighs now, but we're definitely working into the back of the legs. So nice things like quad stretches can be quite fun here. Lifting up through the heart center, and we're just going to come into Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Release the hands down by the side body. Take an inhale breath, reach up nice and high. Exhale, drop the right hand to the left knee and give yourself a little twist here. Gazing over that left shoulder. Lengthen through the spine on the inhale. Exhale finds you going a little deeper. As you inhale, come back to center, take the arms up and over the head. Exhale in the other direction, left hand to right knee. And this right hand sort of wants to sit at the base of the spine. And we're going to twist up and over. So the inhale takes you a little higher, and the exhale lets you go a little deeper. That back hand is acting like a splint, allowing you to find that extra length in the back body. Inhale back to center, reaching up and over. We're coming into a forward fold, a little bit more stretching for the glutes here. Try and keep your butt on the ground. Wherever you get to here, you might still be here, and that's just enough for you. Find a little length in the spine. Use your fingertips to press you back into the mat or into the earth, wherever you are, and then just drop down, feeling a little stretch in the low back and into the glutes. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. The inhale is like an inflating balloon. You can feel this breath traveling into the back body here. And then as you exhale, use that as a surrender, dropping the head, tucking the chin into the throat. Rolling up through the back body, uncrossing and crossing over the weird way, because we've got to balance it out. Take an inhale breath, arms up and over. Exhale, hands come down to the earth first, a little bit of support for your back. Use the fingertips to press your butt into the earth or into your yoga mat. So you have a little rounding through the spine now, and then you can walk the hands a little further. One side might feel easier than the other. Tuck the chin into the throat. Gaze towards the belly button. The inhale creates space, and the exhale allows you to surrender a little deeper. Walk the hands back with the inhale. Reach up and over the head. Press the hands palms. Gaze to the thumbs, and bring those hands all the way back down to heart center. Just take a moment as you sit here to think of 3 things for which you are grateful for today. Grateful for that delicious coffee that I had this morning. Grateful for the beautiful environment that I live in and the comfortable bed that I have to sleep in every night. Grateful for my yoga community, both online and here in Bali, and indeed all around the world. Thank you so much for being with me in this mini flow today. If your glutes are feeling a little, how's your father? Maybe a little bit tight. Don't forget to do some of those stretches, your pigeon pose, getting right deep into the glutes. Maybe have a hot shower and do a little bit of stretching after that. Enjoy the rest of your day, my yogi friends, and I will see you on the next mini flow or tutorial. Namaste.